Hi everyone again, this is video number 2 from the huge Imagi-nations game, the Defence of Fizzipopp, in my Dalia Chindristan campaign. It is just after lunch, it's 1:30 in the afternoon, and this is the current situation with the climax of the battle approaching. On the left hand side, let me remind you, which is the south effectively, we have the town of Fizzipopp astride the River Tysa, defended by the Prunkland Alliance. Closest to us, we've got Peter Mark Smith, known as Perps on our forum, who is representing Cress. Just walked past us there, that was Andy McMaster, who's Alta Fritzenberg. In the door talking there's Simon Tonkis, who is representing the Prunkländische Ostindische Kompanie, which is a bit like the East India Company, but obviously part of allied to my own Prunkland. And in the far distance there on the left, we've got Dave Hall, who's the commander of Medisha, who's commanding the combined cavalry of the Alliance on that far western flank. Opposite him we have, if I move around slightly, there's Gary in a pale blue, lots of guys in pale blue shirts. There's Gary standing up in a pale blue shirt in the far end, and Gary Phillips, he's got the nation of Saint Paulin, which is a bit like France. Sitting down with the glasses on, that's Mark Phillips, also known as Peeler, who commands Atonia. Standing up next to him with the glasses on and sort of Air Force blue top, that is Ian Burt, also known as Essex Boy, who commands the Gateway Alliance. Then we've got Jeremy Short in the green shirt, who is commanding Albion. In the middle here we've got Ken, who commands the nation of Jalisco, which looks suspiciously Mexican, but don't be fooled. And finally, standing up here, there's Jamie Tattersall, who is borrowing some troops. He's commanding the mercenary forces of Schwyz, or part of Schwyz to be correct, because Schwyz is a divided nation at the moment. But anyway, let's have a look along the table at the action developing. So obviously here to the east of the town of Fizzipopp, we've got a whole swathe of land held primarily by infantry, which is currently defending itself against a cavalry attack going in the centre of its line. And how's that been going, Burps? Just about to adjudicate the shot on the cavalry. We'll point out that actually that there's an elephant here. It's a commander on an elephant, and that elephant has the effect of disturbing the cavalry greatly, causing them some disorder because they don't like effalumps. So he's just about to unleash volleys on the incoming cavalry. And here we go, the dice throw. It's so exciting. You're looking for 3, 4, 5s and 6s, are we? At close range?
Oh, of course, I'll probably just pick 3 on. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
14 hits. And he's got to save those with a 4, 5 or 6 on the dice on the other side. These very interesting D12 but D6s. Oh, good throw. Oh. 7 dead then. 7 dead. Well, that was a good volley. I think we can. Units halved, must retire. Anyway, so that was the Schwitzers there sending in some cavalry. But here we are. Look at this magnificent line here. I'll come down this side of the table first and show you what's going on bit by bit. So Jamie's sitting in the castle. Look, it looks like the Jalisco is trying to squeeze its cavalry through here to get a nibble at the cherry. Those wonderful, not Mexican, they may look Mexican, but they're not. Jalisco answers. Yes, they're wearing sombreros, but don't be fooled. Magnificent stuff. Thank you, Ken. If I squeeze in that side of you. And here, the assault from Albion is going in against the town walls itself, defended that redoubt by artillery of the Prunkländische Ostindische Kompanie, and some of my old vintage 1975 probably plastic Spencer Smiths there in front of that building and manning the guns in the redoubt. Then we've got some of Simon's Prunkländische Ostindische Kompanie sepoys defending the walls there against this massive assault, crashing against the redoubts, but it's been seen off, at least one unit there. Gosh, the excitement. Is that von Schiffmann Marines, I suspect? Part of the regiment von Eintopf there. Let's pan back and swing round into the centre of town. Let's go over the top of Jeremy. Thank you, Jeremy. Over the River Tyser. Here's the River Tyser with an assault going in from Gateway Alliance troops here. One of the towers of the town has been destroyed by artillery fire and collapsed, killing its occupants and a gun crew that was next to it and a gun that was up on the roof. So these are Alta Fritzenberg troops in the town, defending the walls. The rocket battery, we have a rocket battery which we've got some very daft, eccentric rules for. They're a bit erratic. The danger is that they might kill your own troops rather than the enemy. But here we go. Lots. Let's sweep along the lines here. All Gateway Alliance and Atonia looking up towards the massive cavalry battle on the other flank. There we go. So let's sweep over the top of Ian. Over the top of Ian. Over the top of Mark. Oh, Mark sat down. That's very convenient. Thank you very much, Mark. Here we go. Oh, look at these beautiful Gateway Alliance Lancers here. Aren't they pretty? Beautiful troops, painted by Ian. And there's been a big ding-dong in the middle. What happened there, Mark?
Both sides charged. I won by 2. He's had to retire.
Ah, the Lancers, the dreaded Alta Fürstenberg Legion Lancers, had to retire back. Oh, gosh.
Flaming pigs have been taken out by the meat-eating monks.
Ah, right. There was a unit of flaming pigs here that Andy brought along. Unfortunately, they are now just crackling, and they've been beaten up by the nuns from Atonia, and possibly eaten. Who knows? And here on this side, we've got a massive cavalry battle here between Gary and Dave. This has been ding-dong swinging backwards and forwards all day. Huge cavalry clashes, lots of cuirassiers and dragoons in evidence. Been some fantastic battles here, lots of action. And in the woods at this end of the table, woods and the low hills and copses and stuff. Here we go, the light troops clashing at both sides. Let's have a look at these. Oh yes, there's some Eureka Arquebusiers de Grassin in there. But remember, they're not really the Arquebusiers de Grassin, they are an imagination unit. Let's have a look at these. I've got to point out here, there's a beautiful unit of hussars.
And they may have just won a combat.
That have actually just won a combat. Even better, look at those beautiful figures, beautiful figures. Let's pan back slowly, trying not to jolt you around too much if I can. Another cavalry melee going on here, heavies against lights by the looks of things. Fantastic stuff, and thank you for stepping back. And here again, some old vintage Spencer Smith heavy cavalry cuirassiers here, my own Spencer Smiths. This is Regiment von Klinkertor and Regiment von Brettlingen, a veteran elite unit here of Spencer Smiths, again plastics cast in the 1970s on very plain bases for my old school games. This is a unit donated to me by Ian Burt. This is von Burt Hussars that he painted from the Spencer Smith War the Austrian Succession collection, and they're slightly earlier period than the other Spencer Smiths, which is sort of 7 Years' War, American War of Independence. Let's squeeze past Andy. Andy's very tall, I can't stretch over the top of Andy. Thank you, Andy. Moving his beautiful, let's have a closer look at his wonderful Legion Lancers. Beautiful. Let's pan out. Have a look inside the town. Let's have a look inside the town. Oh yes, is this a rocket landed here presumably? Oops. Here's some of the defenders in the buildings. The buildings have a maximum capacity of 2 bases of figures. That's 12 figures per floor. Because obviously they're representing a built-up area rather than an individual house. But there's the rocket battery. We've been having fun with the rocket battery. Quite a giggle with them. And the town being redoubtably defended. This is the Savage Swans. The Arthur Fritzenberger's units are called the Savage Swans, and that's their mascot. And it's very windy if you're getting breezy. We have some gunners with fortress guns on top of the ancient fortress. Shall I give you a tour of the ancient fortress, which is a big building, very tall, 3 stories. Oops, that's my finger, pardon me. Let's see if I can take you around and show you the front door of the fortress. Round the corner. Let's have a look. Down here. There we go, there's the front door of the fortress. And let's come up again. We've got some temples in the town with the dome roof. We've got a temple here with golden domes. And more houses in the town. These are all, I made all these houses out of cardboard boxes and bits of polystyrene and odds and sods, foam core. There's a couple of buildings here made by Simon for his Frostgrave startup. Beautiful things. He made one of the temples over on the other side as well. Sean Souter, who writes for Wargame Soldiers and Strategy, sent me this wonderful well from Canada. Thank you, Sean. Wasn't that wonderful? There's Regiment von Einthoff, veteran unit of my Prunkland army, elites there. Oh yes. Let's pan back across the lines. Here's this side of the town with the fortifications, lots of different makes and stuff of earthworks. We have lots of earthworks today. Very nice. And now let's turn around and look across the field at what Purps is facing here. Oh gosh, it's looking serious. And look, here's the forces of Jalisco thrusting forwards boldly. Back to our famous elephant command causing such disruption. The cavalry have bounced off them by the looks of it. That right, Ken? His cavalry bounced. Oh dear. Well done, Purps and his infantry. Purps is having a good time this year. Previous years we've all made fun of him because his dice rolling's been atrocious, but this year he's been doing just fine. So let's come back round finally to the eastern end of the battlefield, and Nelly the elephant with its hussar snipers on top. Presumably it's a fresh elephant, or the elephant from yesterday healed up because it got shot up a lot yesterday. So there's Nelly the elephant. A nice shot to end on in the woods. Let's pull you up for an oversight again. So there we are. So it's the battle's at a climax. Hard to tell what the outcome's going to be at the moment. Could go either way. Everything's going to depend upon how successful the Prunkland Alliance is at breaking into the town of Fizzipopp. See you soon.